I think the stream has started.
Yep, my settings have been updated. Stream has started. Tweet has been sent. And we are in need of the... Do I have the comments bar somewhere? Oh, that's not the thing I wanted.
Oh.
Just need to move the thing. Well, it shows end stream, so I'm assuming we are live, and I've just started recording this as well, so at the very least we have the backup.
Yeah, that's good. I just realized my flaw in my plans right now, so I just realized I can't hear myself. I mean, I can't check the audio on the stream on my side. Okay, that's unfortunate. But
I have faith.
I do not
Okay.
have faith. I need to check. I need to change some settings.
Okay.
And route my audio.
While I'm here, I can try and figure out how to get the chat bar back onto screen.
Is that the right one? Yes, it is. There we are.
Here, I can try and figure out how to get the chat bar back onto screen. Oh no. Just need to move the thing. Up.
I mean, I can't check the audio on the... I just realized my flaw in my plans right now. That's unfortunate. Okay. I think that we're good. Just realized my flaw in my plans right now. That's unfortunate. Okay.
I see. Oh,
Huh? I have
no.
it being sent to the wrong input. Shoot, I looped it. Oh well, whatever. Well, we ready?
Yeah, should be fine.
Okay, perfect.
Everything's fine.
Yeah. That was slightly embarrassing, but whatever. So,
well, in any event.
yeah. So hello everyone, I'm Harrison and this is Jared and welcome to the TechNet show. We just took a bit longer than usual to get on, but yeah, I think that we're fine now. We're good. We're good.
Should be okay. I think we'll be okay.
So
we're all fine here. Yeah.
I don't know if this is considered fine, but yeah. So why don't you start us off as a resident Nintendo person? Why don't you start us off with the first thing?
All right. So. Okay, there we go. Sorry, playing a little extra with the settings, but all right. So recently we got so good news. We've got ourselves an update to the Nintendo Switch, the hardware for it, and it is different. So it's definitely a far cry from everyone's favorite rumor of the 4K Nintendo Switch Pro, but it does have a couple of pretty nifty updates. For one, they've updated the screen on the device itself, so it's running OLED now. So it's richer blacks all around. I think that's one of the big pluses of OLED.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's also
Otherwise, bigger. Yeah, it's also a lot bigger of a screen too, so that's really nice. Speaking of a larger feature on the Switch, they've also decided to replace that tiny little like fettuccine noodle of a kickstand into a full-on the Microsoft Surface level of kickstand. I can appreciate that. And finally, for the docking station itself, they've added a LAN port on there, so you don't have to fully rely on Wi-Fi for all of them. few but far between pro gamer moments. You can actually
Yeah.
connect yourself to an Ethernet port. Get the full internet experience there.
So I think that this needs to be noted. Um, you actually could connect it to Ethernet using an adapter in the old one.
Yeah, but it needs an adapter.
I'm pretty sure that now more than ever people own these adapters if they use Ethernet.
That is true.
What makes it even
Guaranteed.
easier is it's standard USB-A.
Oh. Oh yeah, that's a lot easier. That's a lot better. Yeah. On the plus side now, it comes standard, so you can free that for other extensions. I don't know.
Yeah. So I have feelings about this. I genuinely was hoping for I wouldn't say a substantial upgrade because I don't know. I don't feel like the Switch needed a substantial upgrade. I just feel like just having a bit more than what we currently had would have made me a bit happier. Do you get what I'm saying on that one?
Oh yeah. No, you didn't need what everyone was rumoring. I'm assuming you didn't need what was promised of everyone's reporting on like the Switch Pro and everything. You just needed something a little bit extra from OLED and an Ethernet port.
Yeah, honestly, what I was kind of hoping for was a Switch that maybe had like a few tensor cores inside of it, not of course not for ray tracing, but for DLSS. I wouldn't say that would have actually made it to 4K, but maybe like a nice 1440, upping the frame rates or something like that. I mean, if you could bring more games to, I'd say, like 60 FPS, I'd be much happier. You know what I'm trying to say there. And I feel like if they just added DLSS to it, even if it didn't get to 4K, it would have been a substantial improvement.
No, yeah, I can
So,
see that.
yeah, I mean, I'm the type of person that finds anything below 60 FPS. I don't care if it's in 720p. I just find anything that's, below that, it's not a good gaming experience for me. I need my 60 FPS.
No, yeah.
And for the majority, Nintendo delivers that very well. I'm more talking about other developers. I see looks of concern on your face. What's up?
Oh no, sorry. I'm listening in on your conversation. I'm just trying to fix up a display thing on my end. Don't worry about it. It's nothing about the story so far, or nothing about the story itself. I'm just fixing things on my end.
Yeah.
Don't mind me.
What do you feel about this?
No, yeah. I mean, all in all, I would say they're fairly nice additions. Um, yeah, I do wish it was. Uh, yeah, I do wish there's at least a little like something a little bit more to their upgrade to the Switch. I mean, as nice as these features are, this in no way gives me any personal incentive to switch out from the one I already have. Like you said, if I wanted Ethernet, I could just get myself a USB adapter and it should be good to go. Otherwise, I mean, OLED's nice, but admittedly, I don't play it out in like the portable standard of it too much, so I probably won't notice all that too much. And other than that, I mean, again, the kickstand is nice,
Oh
is a
yeah,
nice upgrade.
that kickstand. Okay, let's talk about how awful that kickstand used to be. What hardware designer thought that a tiny little kickstand that's literally this big, who thought that was a good idea?
No, yeah.
Why? Why? Why do you think that something that tiny would actually work in the
No,
long
yeah.
run? I mean, people's have literally broken off. And okay, let's talk about the other aspect of it. You like need to break your nail every single time you want to get that thing out.
No, yeah. Yeah, that thing is just that thing is in there.
I don't understand why you would make something so unusable.
No, yeah.
Oh, part number two of what I wish that they fix the Joy-Cons.
No, yeah.
I'm not saying like, you know, make it more ergonomic. I'm talking about the Joy-Con drift issue.
Oh, yeah. I hear that complaint a lot about the about that one. And
So, I mean, it's nice that Joy-Cons are replaceable. So even if they do start to, you know, have that drifting issue, you're not screwed.
oh, yeah.
Am I allowed to say that? I am. Am I?
Was it
Am I allowed to say that word?
screwed?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure. I
Okay.
think you should be okay with that one. I
Okay.
mean, if you're not, then well, we're definitely screwed now. So I mean,
Yeah. Fair point. But either way, um, so yeah, the issue, the biggest issue that I see with the Joy Cons is the fact that they're a $70-something edition. What was it, like $79? Is that what they're going? Oh no, $40. My bad. What is What is $70? Oh well, there was something that I was thinking of for $70. Except
like
no,
a controller. No,
no, I was right. It's $79
$79.
because it's $40 per Joy-Con.
I got you. That's kind of funny.
I
I
was
mean,
like,
it's messed up, but that's funny.
it's like I opened it. I was like, oh, it's only like $40. That's not that bad. And then I was like, and then that like made my entire argument just fall apart. And I'm like, oh shoot, did I just speak out of something that I had no idea about and not know it?
Oh no, you're right. The only thing about that is it was the fine line. No, 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 not $40 for Joy Cons. $40 for Joy Con.
So on the bright side, if one of yours breaks, you have an option of replacing only one of them. So one side will feel a bit crispier than the other.
Hmm.
I
Are
don't.
we talking like it's crispier, like it's new, or are we talking like crispier, like it's just that old?
I'm hoping it's because it's new. But yeah, you see what I mean though, Jared. Like,
Oh, yeah.
okay, first question: why are Joy-Cons more expensive than the Pro Wireless controller?
That's a fair question. I don't have an answer for you.
Yeah,
Motion control? I don't know.
I thought that the Pro Wireless controller has motion control.
I wouldn't deny it. I'm just throwing stuff out there.
Yeah, it includes
Doesn't it?
motion controls, HD Rumble, and built-in Amiibo functionality.
Oh wow. I get that amiibo functionality.
Amiibos are glorified NFC tags. I said
They
it.
are.
I said it. I'm not a
I have
collector of
nothing but
things.
I have one. My sister gave me that one. I have what's his face? Oh, he's got thing on his face. But I have uh KK Slider from Animal Crossing.
That's a good one to
It
have.
helped me. It helped me one time and got me a poster of KK Slider.
My end for reconnection successful. I have no idea why I disconnected for a moment there.
You're alive. Are we live? I'm
Oh,
guessing we're live.
that was
Hello,
weird.
hello.
It doesn't actually make sense because I heard you this entire time, meaning that I didn't disconnect from my internet. I don't understand.
Is YouTube just being weird?
I guess it's being weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, more on topic. Yeah, for $80, you can get yourself a new set of Joy-Cons.
Okay.
A Switch costs $300. Why am I paying a third of the price for a Switch for just the controllers?
I don't know, man.
And for that much money, you expect them to last. They're the most expensive controllers They're the most expensive standard controller that you can purchase. I'm looking at you, Xbox. Okay, to be fair, the Xbox Elite wireless controllers are beautiful.
They are.
They also have a
extra
beautiful price
bumpers.
tag.
That's debatable.
I mean, at least you get spare parts for $180, right?
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and right now I'm beholding a really sad wallet right now.
So, okay, I remember I think it was last year when COVID was in its prime that controller was literally out of stock everywhere for months.
I could see that.
Yeah. But now they're reappearing, just like everything else is, except for graphics cards, which are still disappearing off shelves like crazy.
I had was it my sister's boyfriend was trying to is like, oh, I'm thinking about building myself a new computer. It's like, oh, wow. I wish you the best of luck trying to find yourself a graphics card.
What
Everything
graphics
else,
card?
I have faith, but
Yeah.
graphics card, that's. I can't wait to see your finished build in 2023. Best of luck, friend.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like that's where our strong points are right now. We have decent graphics cards, so.
Yeah, it's holding up. I mean, my stream, my
Okay, I
Nomad
have no
Sky stream
idea
holds up
what the
for a
heck
little
is
bit
wrong with
longer.
your thing, though. It's not supposed to do that.
It might not be a graphics card thing. I wonder if I might have set my
Or you just did your in.
Streamlabs to a higher process priority, so I don't know if
Oh.
I'm taxing the processor more than I should.
Or
So it's
you
causing it to freeze.
accidentally, I don't know, installed Windows wrong, maybe?
Oh yeah, no, that's another thing. Obviously not. You were there for that. Everything was perfect. What are you talking about?
I
It's
just
supposed to be on two different hard drives, yeah.
I remembered looking at it, I was like, how did you manage to get your bootstrapper onto one hard drive and the OS on the other? I don't know how you managed that.
I still don't know how that happened. I never bothered to fix it. So I'm kind of in too deep now.
Well, you can fix it when Windows 11 comes out.
That's
Actually,
true.
joke's on you on that one.
Yeah, don't I? Oh yeah,
Actually,
I'm not able.
all you need is really a TPM module if your computer supports it.
That's the thing that scalpers have been going at recently because everyone's learning about TPM module.
Because everyone doesn't realize that a lot of motherboards don't support it, first of all. Second of all,
Okay.
that a lot of people have TPM, they just need to enable it in the BIOS.
Yeah, I should take a look at that later.
I have the
I don't know
sneaking
if
suspicion that you don't have it, though.
there's a very real possibility, yes, but it doesn't hurt to take a look. I mean, I can't do it now because, well,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that you got a pretty good board, so there's a good chance that it has a slot for TPM modules on top of it.
I mean, I haven't installed, but I can get one.
Yeah.
Doesn't it
Hopefully,
only support like second gen Ryzen and above though too?
I think that the only reason why they said that was because of the TPM module.
Okay. DPM module going to be a problem with my first gen Ryzen.
I'm pretty
Are we
okay.
moving on to the next story now?
The first gen Ryzen supports TPM. It's just not included.
Okay. So I can add it on like, whenever I wanted to. I just need to
Well,
get the thing.
if your motherboard supports it.
All right. Well, that's an upgrade for holiday season.
To think that
Right.
that's something that you need to fight scalpers for.
All right. Of all the things, of all the things I'm finding a need for, I have to battle the scalpers for.
I never thought that TPM modules would become difficult to find one day.
Yeah.
But then
What a world
again,
we live
in
in.
like the business world of laptops, TPM modules used to go for like $80 upgrades on like Dell's website.
Oh, it's Dell.
Oh, you want some of this TPM magic? Well, you need to pony up your money.
Yeah. The Dell tax is very real.
Okay, so actually, let's pause this for a moment. Let's talk about business laptops for a moment. How much do you know about the pricing on these things?
I don't know much, but I'm assuming I don't want to know.
I don't understand why a lot of these things cost so much money once you put the business logo, branding on it. I I understand that businesses are more willing to spend money on their laptops. Okay, let's look at Dell Precision laptops.
Dell Precision.
Let's first of all, okay.
Black Friday and July savings.
Oh my gosh. Okay, I guess we can talk about this because whatever. Okay. So let's see, i7. The heck is Windows Autopilot?
I don't know, but I want it.
You know what? With oh right, these things are Quattro cards. The heck? Okay, let's not even think about that. Okay. So let's just customize this with just an 11th gen Core i7. So at $1,917, no graphics card, just the processor.
Just an 11 gen Core i7.
So let's look back at what I can get in the home section. It's the XPS. Where are you? Where's the XPS 17? Okay. So this is a 10th gen processor. So for $1,749, you can get a 10th gen Core i7 with a 1650 Ti inside of it.
Wow.
So essentially, you get a better computer just by removing, well, the business branding.
Yeah.
And it seems like that's not the most extreme price gap. I've seen these much greater extreme price, gaps on things. I think that's a fact that right now there's a bigger sale. Okay, let's actually talk about the discrepancy inside of the normal price items rather than, So the estimated value would have been $2,864 for this one, this workstation. But $2,000 for the XPS 17.
Yeah. Oh shoot.
I think that it's just right now they have a much bigger sale on their precision workstations.
Yeah. They were on to us. They were on to this whole conversation, so they created a Black Friday in July specifically to try and thwart this. I don't know.
On the bright side, you can have this pre-installed with Ubuntu Linux.
Does that save you anything, or
It
is that
saves you
literally the same?
$66.
You're gonna lump me in with the Ubuntu for for a savings of $66.
So the funny thing is that it comes with Windows 10 Pro. So you're essentially getting a Windows 10 Pro license for $66.
When you look at it like that, that's quite a steal.
I don't see any reason why you should get the Ubuntu Linux pre-installed.
I don't know either.
Yeah, so basically what I'm trying to say is business laptops make Apple look cheap.
No, yeah. That's quite a feat.
Which is a feat. So
it's impressive.
Next time you go on with your Windows is cheaper than Macs, please.
Put a very large asterisk on that.
Yeah.
It depends where you're looking.
Because if we really think about it, every MacBook or whatever is technically a business laptop because they don't have they have a business division, but they don't have, business laptops.
Right. Yeah. There is no MacBook. There is no Mac business.
But that then also goes in with the whole I hate managing Macs aspect of. Okay. Macs are terrible to manage if you own them as a business, is what I've noticed. But if you're like a bring your own device setting, Macs are much easier to manage than Windows computers are.
What you're saying is MacBooks are legitimately designed for an individual kind of thing.
Yes.
They can never become a group product. They can never become a big group product.
I mean, it's gotten much better over the years, but it's management aspect has, yeah, I don't know what else to say about it.
Still has room for improvement.
But they make amazing bring your own device, type of thing. It's just like it's just when you get to the point where you want to supervise like everything that happens like on said devices where Windows still has the advantage. Yeah. Anyway, I know that this has nothing to do with this, but have you noticed how iOS seems to have all the good games that I'm always like sad they don't have because I'm on Android? I mean, I probably shouldn't say that because I'm probably going to get like everyone angry at me, but Apple Arcade has some pretty good games on it.
Oh, yeah. There's some pretty good stuff. I haven't actually delved into it.
Because I was watching one of my friends play a game. So Enter the Gungeon.
Enter the Gungeon.
It's a title that was originally on PC. And then now they have an Apple Arcade version of it, which changed it from like a top-down type of bullet hell type of game to a side-scrolling. Well, it's not really side-scrolling. It's more like vertical scrolling. I don't know. So I mean, there's a lot of verticality to it. So. I mean, it is side-scrolling, but it's a lot more vertical than most side-scrollers I've seen.
It's more appropriately fitted to the vertical screen lifestyle.
Oh no, you need to play this horizontally.
Oh. It's more fitting for a smaller screen style.
Yeah. The
Huh?
controls seem very intuitive. So I thought that I was like looking at him play it, and then like whenever you jump, it freezes the game so that you can have accurate jump. And I was like, doesn't that make bullet hell games like super easy? And then I realized how difficult it was.
Oh. Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like that's a very good game, and I wish I
Hmm.
could play it.
Huh. Maybe something I can check out later on. Because I have taken the plunge to the ecosystem. How much is arcade? It's subscription based, yeah.
It's subscription based, but you have a free trial,
Is
so you
it
could
a
try
forever
it.
extending free trial like Apple TV Plus?
No,
Oh,
unfortunately, they need to pay the developers somehow.
that's true. You know what? That's fair. Yeah, one month free and then $4.99 a month, and they're ad free.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
that's a big thing about Apple Arcade. So one of the clauses of having your app inside of there is that it needs to be ad free, and you cannot have any DLC inside of it. It needs to be a full game.
Uh, appreciate the home screen showing off. Was it minimalistic Pac-Man and then everyone's favorite Shadow in a race car?
I don't know if they have like some sort of like anti-compete clause, but I'm not. You know what I mean by that.
Hmm. Like once you're in Apple Arcade or something. Was it can't get cheaper price or something? Was it? That they usually do. You can't.
I mean, I don't know if you're allowed to actually have your game on another platform. I don't know if that was a clause, but I could be wrong.
Hmm. It's kind of
Because I can
unfortunate
see
that's the
Fruit
case.
Ninja Classic Plus.
Fruit Ninja Classic Plus. That sounds like a title that you would give for something that might be restricted to just Apple Arcade, but you still want to keep the other stuff on
Yeah.
there.
So yeah, that's just something to think about. Anyway, moving on. So let's get out of this rabbit hole and actually talk about our next topic of the day. What was our next topic of the day?
Next link that I have open up is
Oh,
DOS. You want to
I
talk
went
about
I
DOS?
went I went out of focus.
Yeah, you went to the blurred zone for a moment.
Okay, so let's do
Welcome
this.
back.
Um,
We can
let's
talk about
see.
the past with the DOS experience, or we can talk about the future with M1 competition.
Okay, so let's talk about DOS. So on Ars Technica, some poor soul decided that it was a good idea to run DOS for an entire day. Let's reminisce about how interesting DOS was.
Oh yes.
So DOS, as you children may know, as the line of words that appear on your computer screen when something goes wrong.
Ah yes. It's
Was
the
ac-
stuff you always see whenever someone needs to display a hacker in like a movie or a TV show.
so we used to use it as our actual computer. I
Oh, it's
know, I
crazy.
know that might sound weird, but yeah, see, command line used to be a thing. It used to be the
Yeah.
only thing.
Yeah.
And yes, we played some beautiful games on it. Like Star
Mm.
Wars. What was that game? X-Wing? Not X-Wing. I remember that there was this like really good game on DOS. It was
Yeah.
it was it was a I think it was X-Wing.
Think so.
Yep. Star Wars X-Wing. Oh, that was a beautiful, beautiful game.
Oh yeah, that's something else.
Okay. So, I'm assuming that you're looking at it. Does that look like a DOS game to you? Well, then again, Doom was on DOS, wasn't it?
I believe so. Yes.
Never mind, it does look like a DOS game. I'm just gonna be quiet now. So we had
It's
games.
a very nice looking DOS game.
You know, I would believe it if Doom and X-Wing, if you said that they were in separate generations, because I think, I know that people might kill me for this, but I think that X-Wing looks a lot better than Doom.
The original.
Not the newfangled stuff that, Okay, I'm not gonna say that because Doom Eternal and Doom were beautiful games.
Oh yeah. They're beautiful enough to become the benchmark for the years to come.
Yeah. Doom 2016 and Doom Eternal. They're good. Anyway, moving on. So,
I'm playing through those someday. Anyway.
Jared and I got in a conversation earlier, and we came to a conclusion. DOS is what Windows was based on in the past, but macOS is more similar to DOS than Windows 10 is.
Yeah.
Which is an odd conclusion to come to. The reason being is because macOS is a CLI-based operating system, meaning that there's a command line running in the background, like whenever macOS is open.
Yeah.
Which is not like how Windows of today works. Windows is a completely GUI-based operating system.
Yeah.
Meaning that macOS has some similarities to Windows 95, which was an also interesting, weird thing that we came up with.
Yeah. Interesting how everything just kind of comes full circle like that. Can we call it full circle? Ironic?
Yeah.
How things get ironic.
Okay, so let's go on with the next one. Let's go with OnePlus's story. So,
Oh yeah, OnePlus. I'm sorry, that was my first link open. Anyway.
so pretty much, I'm sure that we all know of what OnePlus is. They're a brand that people love, and I used to love too. I remember, I'm pretty sure that I had the OnePlus 6, I think, that tragically fell down a escalator to its death.
R.I.P.
Yeah, so they were really cheap phones. They used to be really cheap phones, and they had flagship level performance.
Flagship type phones for, what was it? Yeah, for a cheaper price, and then eventually they had flagship phones for
flagship prices. Yeah, and then they kind of went back to their roots. No, they didn't. The Nord was a good phone, but it wasn't up to their old, we're going to give you a flagship phone for a non-flagship price. There were sacrifices, and especially in the performance department. I feel like, okay, before the thing was...
I can hear you.
Huh. That's odd. You know what I mean by that, right? The fact that for some reason or another OBS is disconnecting.
So does it like reset like the lifetimer and everything, or does it just...
No, it says that it's reconnecting, and then YouTube goes, circly screens for a bit. But, okay. moving back to OnePlus. So yeah, they used to have like flagship level processors. Obviously, they needed to cut corners in some places because, well, hardware isn't free. Obviously, so their cameras didn't used to be that great. They sacrificed wireless charging.
Yeah, that wasn't a thing for a while.
What else was there? And I know that their screen was good, so I'm not sure what else they sacrificed, but I'm sure that they did.
I think it was primarily those speakers, maybe.
Oh yeah, they had some pretty weak speakers for a while, but yeah, they sacrificed a bit. But with the Nord, it was a cheap phone, but it didn't. It had a mid-range processor. It had, what's it called again? A okay screen. It had okay camera as well. I mean, what do you expect? But nothing about it would scream flagship killer. They weren't. You could tell that was not trying to sabotage their flagship range.
Yeah, they pretty much followed in the footsteps of a couple other flagship manufacturers and just made a budget-friendly phone.
So yeah, that saddens me. But it also saddens me that they actually throttled popular applications with their most recent update. So essentially, one of the examples was Chrome. So what the Ars Technica article says is that the Chrome test turns and numbers are about 85 to 75% lower than they should be. So the speculation about this is that it's about power management. That in order to make the battery life better, they decide to throttle applications. Which, if applications aren't in use, that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But this is a very shady tactic because they're doing it late in the product life cycle, meaning that all the reviews are out already. It's not getting much attention. It's kind of like what Apple did. I mean, love or hate Apple, you have to admit that battery fiasco that they had was a bit unfortunate, to say the least.
Yeah, that was a rough one.
So what happened with Apple in the past is that they decided to throttle devices in order to prevent them from randomly shutting down as their batteries used to degrade. Unfortunately, that started to make some phones feel incredibly slow and unusable. So what people did was obviously like, okay, this is an old phone, it's just getting slower, I need to get a new one.
Yeah.
What people didn't understand was the fact that if they just got a new battery, they might have breathed some new life into their phone.
Yeah.
I mean, so Apple made a valid point. If batteries are beyond, a certain point, they will shut off randomly because batteries just can't provide the power necessary. But the fact that they did it in such a sketchy way of not telling the users, hey, this is how you fix a problem, that just rubs people the wrong way.
Yeah.
I mean, now they have the best method of actually telling you how much life it has. Now it actually gives you a percentage of your battery life, not battery health. So like this iPhone over here is at 85%. And it also gives you the option of, hey, you know what? You can throttle my phone if, it's below a certain percentage in order to prevent it from like shutting off randomly. Or I could just live life on the edge and hope that my phone doesn't turn off randomly.
Hope I'm not doing something important and all of a sudden brick.
Yeah.
So now it's our choice to make that.
So it
make that
really,
edge phone.
yeah, it really feels like something very similar to that, and I don't like it. I feel like these companies need to be transparent about stuff like this.
No, yeah,
So,
that's true. I mean, if you're gonna do it, then yeah, the most important thing, and no matter what, like I think, and yeah, no matter what development you're going through, whether it be for your yeah, like phone companies, computer companies, even like if you're doing updates for like game development stuff like that, communication, it's important.
yeah. Well,
It's the cornerstone of trust.
the other
Just
thing
don't
is because
communicate too much. Don't just start giving away passwords for no good reason.
that's true.
We don't need to.
Yeah. The other thing is that they assume that they did this for benchmark cheating,
uh,
but oh well.
yeah, we'll never know.
Honestly, okay, OnePlus used to be a really good brand. I liked it before. I feel like right now they're mediocre at best.
No, yeah,
Because their flagships are decent. But the issue is that decent doesn't beat Samsung.
no, yeah.
When I mean their offerings compete pretty well against each other. But the issue is that the Samsung Galaxy S21 goes on sale so much more often than OnePlus phones do. And when you have to take that into account, you could usually get a Samsung S21, which is arguably the better phone for $100 less.
No, yeah. Who's not gonna pass that up?
Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, that's just a sad reality of it right now. You
Yeah.
want to go on with the Qualcomm story?
Sure. Talk about that real quick. All right. Oh, so as we've talked about in previous live streams, in in previous live streams, and I'm pretty sure at least once or twice in like previous recordings as well over on YouTube. Um, if you want to check out, I don't know if I have a link anywhere, but anyway, in any event, um, Reese, was it? Apple's been throwing has completely changed up their architecture into the ARM architecture for all of their for a good number of their MacBooks, starting out with the MacBook, the 13-inch MacBook Air, MacBook 13-inch MacBook Pro, the Mac Mini, and most recently the iMac. And they also chucked it into their iPad Pro too, so that's kind of cool. But yeah, so far that has been working out. I think it's understandable to say it's worked out quite well.
Yeah,
they've been getting good performance out of that. So naturally, this has caught the attention of their, I guess, is it fair to say main ARM competitor?
Yeah,
Qualcomm?
I think that's a good way to say it.
So yeah, so essentially the Qualcomm new CEO. Sorry,
Oh, I just realized something.
Our second ago.
My camera's in the wrong mode. That's why it's been doing that. Give me a moment.
Dark. Anyway. Sorry.
And my video is so much smoother and nicer now.
Yeah. It's looking crisp and in focus.
Mistakes were made, and now I'm back.
Okay. We're in a learning curve. We're improving, I swear. Got it. And speaking of improvements, Qualcomm's making improvements to their manufacturing and have high hopes to create a direct competition to Apple's M1 chip. And according to our second club, mainly because Qualcomm now employs some of the key minds behind Apple's highly publicized breakthrough.
So, I have feelings about this one. First of all, Why can't Qualcomm's engineers innovate on their own? I
Yeah.
mean, Qualcomm is one of the largest CPU companies in the world at the moment. And I don't understand why they can't find their specialty inside of making their cores. I mean, Apple's not a CPU company. Well, not first and foremost a CPU company.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, they do have literally trillions of dollars, but still, you know what I'm trying to say here. Like, if your
Yeah.
primary focus is to make CPUs and you're not good at making CPUs, there's a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like it's good that they decided, hey, we're struggling in this area. Let's actually hire the people that know how to do this. But
Yeah.
why hasn't Qualcomm done this in the past? Why didn't Qualcomm notice, hey, we're falling behind? We need something better.
Yeah. Yeah, I never really know what's going on with Qualcomm. They always gave off, at least in my opinion, they've given off the feeling of kind of just in their own little world. They're just taking it in their own stride, not really giving a care about whatever the rest of the competition's doing until apparently today.
Well, I mean, they know that they need to compete in the computer space because, well, since Apple switched to ARM, that means that PC manufacturers are going to start looking for ARM chips. And if
Yeah.
Qualcomm can't deliver, uh, let's be honest here, another competitor is going to form. That's just how
Yeah.
the market works.
Yeah. Someone will come up. Someone will take that place. Could
Qualcomm
be
does not
AMD
want that to
again. I don't know.
happen.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I feel like this is one of those moments of it's saddening to see a company need to really purchase in. This is a reaction for sure. This is not to, you know, push the market forward. This is literally to try get on Apple's level.
Hmm.
And I don't know. I feel sad that companies are finding it this difficult to compete on that scale.
Uh,
I mean, it helps the fact that since Apple is a company that develops the entire stack top to bottom, that they get a say on how much money they could spend on the said SoC.
hmm.
So, Apple's SoCs are known to be much larger than Qualcomm's. Like,
Hmm.
physically larger than Qualcomm's. So, you know about electrical engineering a bit. What does larger mean?
That's. I feel like that's a loaded question. I mean, you have a larger space, you can just throw more stuff into it.
Oh, yeah, but also costs more.
Sure.
And smartphones have a finite amount of space inside of them.
That's also true.
I mean, if you've seen any sort of like teardowns on like any sort of phone, you will notice that there are chips lining the entire board. There is
Yeah.
not a single bit of the board that's unused.
Yeah. It's a very, very crowded space in here.
So I feel like that's the sacrifice that Apple makes. They decide, okay, we're going to spend more money on the SoC. We're going to spend more space on the SoC, but we're going to need to sacrifice somewhere else.
Hmm.
Because space for sure does not come free.
Yeah. That
Because
is true.
make fun of Apple all you want about how much money, profit margin they make. You can't spend money for space.
Oh yeah.
So they're making that up somehow. And since Qualcomm wants to be like the processor for everybody, obviously they want to make their processors as small as possible.
Oh yeah. Fit in every device under the sun.
So that manufacturers don't have to look at that and like, oh, how do we fit this ginormous piece of silicon inside of this device?
Yeah.
Like, let's see, iPhone tear down. I want to just look it up. iPhone tear down, Galaxy S21 tear down. Why don't you look at this and just tell me your thoughts of it, and you will notice just how large these SoCs are.
Oh.
Like, look at... Oh, where the heck is it? Like, if you look at the two parts, it's ginormous in comparison. By the way, it's you might want to look at the S21 Ultra teardown on iFixit.
Oh, okay. S21 Ultra. Oh, interesting.
Do you see just how large that thing is?
Yeah. You don't even need to highlight it in the step. It's just there. Oh no, there it is.
And they also have more Qualcomm chips inside of it because of the need for the modem, so it's not integrated. I mean, the Qualcomm chips inside of the Samsung are significantly smaller. Even though there's one for 5G and one for, the actual processor. The 5G chip inside of the iPhone is pretty large in comparison to. Especially since they need two chips instead of one.
Yeah.
I know that that's such a weird thing to talk about, but I don't know. It's just something that I feel like people don't.
Sorry, I'm trying to see if I can share my screen. Does that work out well?
Oh yeah.
At all?
Yeah, that works.
Show off well enough between the...
Yeah, I can see you.
It's a weird time getting this thing to... Anyway. Oh. Ayo.
Try to add my window capture. Window capture, add existing. There we are. And transition. Yeah, there you are. Now you can see it. Yeah, you see how it's significantly larger. Oh, looks like you're back.
Oh, hello. Oh, sorry. Oh,
transition.
Let's switch
It's
back.
fine.
Hello.
It's fine. Okay, but yeah, You can see how it's like significantly larger, and it's one of those things trade-offs I feel like no other company can make. Oh, and you can also see what I meant by every single space on top of these boards. Matter.
Oh yeah.
There is not a single spot on these boards that does not have something on it.
Oh yeah. No buffer space here. It's all chips, end to end,
So, yeah.
and one battery.
I feel like Qualcomm just is at a disadvantage in every single aspect of it. And I'm not saying that's a Qualcomm problem. I'm saying it's just what they have to work with.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, is that our last story?
No, yeah. I think that pretty much wraps it up.
Okay.
It's not really a Qualcomm's fault thing. It's they've been made to do one thing and one thing well. That's put your chip in every Android phone imaginable.
Yeah. So you have any more closing thoughts?
Nothing much. I guess at the very least, I guess they're willing to admit that they could use a little bit of the extra minds behind what went through with Apple's M1, and I'm curious to see what they're able to produce.
Most definitely.
I see that competition.
Yeah. So if that's it, well, I guess we will see you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you're on YouTube, and if you're on Twitch. Jared?
Yeah, be sure to follow us on Twitch. Side note, I believe for TechNet, we usually aim for, well, I'm guessing we'll either do Mondays or Wednesdays?
Yeah.
Or
we try for Mondays, if not. Yeah.
If not, you'll find us on this day, Wednesday, or
I guess
Thursday.
We'll see you guys later. Bye for
See
now.
you.